6:04 on Thursday, August 14th. We are at 72 degrees, going up to around 90 today. Chance of scattered storms this afternoon. Good morning. I'm Michelle Basch.
And I'm John Aaron. The top local story we're following. Residents lined up in Northwest D.C. last night protesting an increased police presence as well as checkpoints in the area. Some even urged drivers to head in other directions to avoid a line of officers. WTOP's Neil Augenstein joins us live this morning from the U Street corridor with the latest. Neil.
Yeah, John, things are calm this morning, but there was tension last night in this busy travel corridor in downtown D.C. The northwest here on 14th Street, the vehicle checkpoint was set up. It included more than 20 federal law enforcers, many wearing vests labeled HSI for Homeland Security Investigations. Cars were pulled over for equipment and seatbelt violations. A group of protesters did gather, chanting that the federal officers should get off D.C. streets. In fact, as you mentioned, some protesters headed a few blocks away from the checkpoint and warned others to avoid it. Reporting live on 14th Street Northwest, Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
Thank you, Neil. And as the White House continues to deploy the National Guard to the streets of D.C., Washington Post Pentagon reporter Dan Lamothe tells us more about the Guard's role.
We're seeing them kind of walk a line here where they've been activated. They have the authority to arrest in theory under Title 32, but they've come right out and said that they won't be doing any law enforcement. I think it's this idea of like, you've got enough uniforms out on the street to show that they're there, to have them on television, to create the programming that I think the president's probably looking for here. But they're not doing anything that's going to set off major alarm bells if it stays in this limited lane and focus.
The Post reports it's not yet clear where Guard members will be on any given night or whether they will carry firearms. It is possible that Guard members will have weapons available to them, but not in hand.
President Trump says he plans to call for Congress to extend the federal takeover of the D.C. Police Department into the fall. And he wants GOP lawmakers to put together a D.C. crime bill. WTOP's Mitchell Miller has more today on the Hill.
The president needs to get the approval of Congress to extend the police takeover beyond 30 days, and he plans to get it when lawmakers return next month, though he doesn't expect support from Democrats.
Instead of saying he's a dictator, they should say we're going to join him and make Washington safe.
He says Republicans are developing plans for D.C. crime legislation that will take up issues like eliminating cashless bail. As for averting a government shutdown, the president had this response when asked if he'll meet with Democratic leaders.
Well, I will, I guess, but it's almost a waste of time to meet because they never approve anything.
On Capitol Hill, Mitchell Miller, WTOP News.
Arrests of young people in D.C. are reportedly down significantly. It's part of a national trend showing communities that invest in youth programs show a benefit with lower crime rates. WTOP's Alan Etter tells us about one advocacy group that thinks the White House is doing more harm than good.
You wouldn't know it by the headlines, but arrests of young people are actually about 20% lower over this time last year, according to statistics from the Metropolitan Police Department. Felicity Rose is with the group Forward.us.
That decline happened because of investment in programs that work, which include summer jobs for youth, improvements to infrastructure, health programs, Medicaid expansion, community violence interruption, all of these social supports, those programs work.
She says focusing on simply locking people up doesn't work in the long term.
We would really encourage to keep up the investments that have been working in violence intervention and community support, community safety, rather than trying to go back to an old tough on crime era that really didn't work.
Alan Etter, WTOP News.
Police are pushing back on viral claims of mass kidnappings of children. One TikTok video claimed that 19 children had gone missing in 10 days in Virginia because of a mass kidnapper. State police now say they are not investigating any reports of mass abductions, nor is there evidence of anything to that extent occurring in the Commonwealth. Virginia authorities say they're among the most proactive of any state in reporting missing children to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Kids.
Coming up on WTOP, what one big company is doing to help its employees. We'll fill you in. Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.